to yours. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Hello, hello again. Life could be a dream.
Have you ever gone camping, hiking, or even hunting in a pair of hiking shoes? If so, you are not only exposing your shoes to the natural elements of the world, but also getting elements such as dirt, mud, and other debris that can dirty your shoes. To get the most out of your footwear and to protect its life cycle, it is important to take a little time and effort to clean your hiking shoes to get the most out of them. I have created an in-depth instructional video that will show you step by step to cleaning your hiking shoes with the items you can find at home. Without further ado, let's get into the list of items that you will need to clean your shoes. Okay, so to give you guys a quick rundown on the list of items that we're going to be using to clean our hiking shoes, the first item on this list is going to be a sink. Now, the reason why I chose a sink is because it's going to give us our water and it's going to help get rid of our dirty solution and our dirty debris that comes off our hiking shoes. Now, the second item that we're going to be doing here is actually going to be a bowl. Now, the purpose of this bowl is so we can fill the bowl up with water and our cleaning solution and be able to dip the brush into this and start cleaning the shoes. I usually recommend to use a bowl that is bigger than the brush. So for example, this is the brush we'll be using. This is big enough for it to fit on the inside and we can get our solution with water and cleaner on the inside. The third item we're going to be using, as mentioned earlier, is actually just going to be a brush. Now what I do recommend is using a soft bristle brush, and the reason why a soft bristle brush is perfect for this type of cleaning is so it doesn't damage any of the material on the hiking shoe itself. And the soft bristle brush, if you were to just run your thumb through it, it feels soft to the touch. Now this brush is much harder and it can damage your hiking shoe, so definitely avoid this and stick with something that is soft to the touch. Now the fourth item we're going to be using is going to be the actual cleaner itself. I just have this Kirkland brand ultra clean laundry detergent, but any laundry detergent works as long as it's safe on fabrics. The fifth item we're going to be using is just a small little measuring cup. In this case today, I'm just going to be using 50 milliliters of the laundry detergent that will be diluted in the water. So something that could fit the laundry detergent on the inside that you can measure out is going to be essential for this cleaning. The sixth and last item that we're going to be using is just going to be a towel. Now this is a smaller rag, but if you want to use something bigger, that's perfectly fine. The reason why I'm going to be using this is once you are done cleaning the shoe with the brush and the cleaner, you're going to use this towel to help get all the water and moisture off the shoe so we can start the drying process. Step one to cleaning your hiking shoes is going to be taking the shoes and making sure that there's no mud on them. This is to make sure that when you go to clean the shoes, it doesn't make as much of a mess and it doesn't clog your sink. It also makes sure that you can that you have the least amount so you can get the most out of your cleaning material and your brush. If you do have mud on your shoes, go ahead and go outside and begin to hit the two soles of the shoes together. This will cause enough force for the mud to come off the shoes, and it will help provide a clean sole, midsole, and even upper of the shoe before you start cleaning. Step two of this is we're going to go ahead and remove the laces. The purpose of removing the laces is so we can have access to the tongue and on the this inside part of the shoe, so if there's any dirt or debris, we can go ahead and get that out with the brush. So let's go ahead and take off the laces. Third step is once we have the laces completely removed off the shoe, we're going to go ahead and now start prepping the cleaning material. So what you want to go ahead and do is get your bowl and go ahead and fill it to water about 3/4 of the way up. Okay, as you guys can see, the bowl is about 3/4 of the way filled up with water, and that's perfect. We have just enough of what we need for this solution. Step 4, we're going to take our measuring cup and we're going to fill it to the 50 milliliter line. Now if you do not have a measuring cup, you could use a little small plastic cup here. This comes with the laundry detergent, and if you just fill it about halfway, that's going to be more than enough cleaner. Okay, so now that you guys can see, we have about 50 milliliters of laundry detergent, and we're now going to go ahead and apply this to the water. Step 5. Step 5, we're going to go ahead and now take our brush and we're going to go ahead and begin to submerge it in the bowl with the laundry detergent in it. This is so we can now get the solution mixed together before we start cleaning the shoes. Step 6. Now in step 6 we could begin cleaning the shoe. So go ahead and take your left or your right hand and insert it into the inside of the shoe. From here, you will now have total control of the shoe to begin cleaning it. With your free hand, go ahead and grab the brush and you want to grip it with almost like if you were going to punch something. You want to have complete access to it. So 4 fingers on the top and the thumb on the side. What you want to do with this grip is go ahead and now dip your brush into the solution and let it drip until it's almost completely done. From here, you are going to start brushing the shoe. Now when you want to brush, you want to keep that same grip and go ahead and brush in circular motions. Now as you guys can see, after doing this technique, you guys can see that the shoe has been completely submerged in the solution. We have gone around with the brush one time, and you want to do this however many times that you need to until you get all the debris off. As you guys could kind of see in the sink here, it is beginning to get all the debris off. So now we're going to move on to the next part. In step 7, instead of focusing on the upper, we're now going to focus on the midsole of the shoe. This is where the rubber on the shoe begins to meet the upper, and this wraps around the entire shoe, as you guys can see. So we're going to apply the same method, and we're now going to clean this part of the shoe, and then we will move on to the sole. So without further ado, let's go ahead and do so. Okay, now step 8, once you have done the upper and the midsole of the shoe, we are now going to move on to the soles. So as you guys could see, once we were doing the midsole, we were starting to get more water or more solution onto the bottom. So you guys can see it starts to kind of clean it off. Well, now we're going to mainly focus on the sole of the shoe. Okay, now in step 9, once we have completed cleaning the upper, the midsole, and the sole of the shoe, we are now going to begin the rinsing process. In this rinsing process, we do not want to run the water and put the shoe under the water. This will cause damage to the shoe and possibly get rid of the waterproof effect that some hiking shoes have. So to do this, we're going ahead and run the water slowly. Take your brush and begin to run it under the water. Run it under the water so you can get rid of all the dirt and debris that was on your shoe, and begin to just slowly brush off anything into the sink. This will catch any of the dirt that the suds and the brush did not catch originally and get it off of the shoe. So go ahead and continue to run it under the water as much as you can. Continue to run it off. And this is what we do for the sole. And this will apply the same for the midsole as well. So go ahead, run the water, run your brush under the water, and just go slowly and with the back and forth motion, just wipe off your midsole. And do this around the entire shoe. So we'll hit this right side, come to the top here, hit the inside of the shoe, and make sure you are pushing it towards the sink so the sink is catching all the dirt and the debris. And then we'll do the same, run the brush under the water, and then do the same for the upper. So for the upper, you want to make sure that you're taking the motion of going down into the sink. Step 10. Now step 10 is when we have completely cleaned the upper, the sole, and we've completely rinsed the upper and the sole. We're now going to take our cloth, as mentioned from earlier, and we're going to pat dry the upper and begin to just swipe the bottom. So what I mean by pat dry is you want to take the cloth, lay it out flat in your hand, and begin to just press firmly and lift up. This will go ahead and catch any of loose water or moisture on the top of the shoe, and it's going to catch it with the rag. Now, if you were to swipe on the shoe, you risk the chance of ruining any material that's on the shoe or cause fraying on, for example, the suede up here. So we do not want to swipe on the top of the shoe, we just want to pat. Now, for the parts like the plastic or rubber, we want to go ahead and swipe that because we can get any of the dirt or debris that is still left over from the cleaning and rinsing phase. Step 11. Now in step 11, this is where you want to let the shoe completely air dry after you tried getting all the water and moisture off with a clean towel or rag. When air drying a shoe, make sure you place it in a clean, dry area away from direct sunlight or a heater. When placed in direct sunlight or in front of a heater, you risk the chance of the material on the shoe fading or the glue coming undone on certain parts of the shoe. For the shoe to completely dry, allow as much time as you can to make sure that the shoe is completely dry before putting on the shoe or before storing the shoe. In step 13, we can now take the shoe once it's dried and add the laces back onto the shoe. Okay, so once you have finished step 13, which is lacing up the shoes, you have finally finished cleaning your hiking shoe. Just to take a look at your final product here, every dirt and debris that was on the shoe before has been completely removed and completely cleaned. This will help optimize your maximum performance of the shoe when you go back to hike again. When you take a look at the other shoe, it still has lots of dirt and mud and debris that is on the shoe that still needs to be cleaned. When cleaning this other shoe, you just follow steps 1 through 13 and you will finally have a completely clean set of hiking shoes. Without further ado, that's going to complete this video. Thank you for watching.